Guys, Delu Laguna, some additional thoughts in regards to today's game. First, our young left back, Cohen Bramwell. Yeah, it's fantastic that he's come from being unemployed, from losing his factory job, being made redundant, to being at Arsenal. And he knows more than anyone because he said it himself. Now it's time to work. It's a cool story, but after a while, you've got to show why you're here. I've told you guys, going forward, he's decent. He's fantastic. Today, not fantastic, but you get where I'm going. He put some decent crosses in today, but he also got caught defensively for the second goal. He got caught in a number of incidences. He got caught trying the little tricks that didn't pay off. Maybe he shouldn't have tried them. It's good that he's got the confidence to try them, but there's just some basic errors. For me, and I saw Mertesacker get angry at it, and I'm pretty sure Wenger must have told him. For me as well, especially as being a fullback, you have to show, when you're right next to your own goal, you have to show people out wide. At least if they put a cross in, you can kind of deal with it. If they're allowed to come inside, they can have a shot. They can have a link-up play. That's more immediate danger. For those who don't know, when you're further up the pitch, you show people inside. Why? You show people inside. It's more congested. If they get outside further up the pitch, they're gonna cause more drama and trouble. The closer you are to your pitch, to your goal, you show them outside. You deal with it. We wasn't doing that. Not getting tight as well. Moses used to be, well, I don't want to say used to be because he can still play midfield. He's just doing a role for Conte, but he used to be a winger. So in that sense, going forward, he's very much going to behave like a winger. He very much feels at home, putting you on the back foot, putting crosses in. So with this in mind, you need to get tight. You need to block the cross early. You need to engage. If it was more of these how do I put it? These wingers that are not really wingers, they're more midfielders, cams and all of them things, in the sense that they don't really want to cross it or beat you. They like to come inside. Then you can take your time, but you can't do that. Next, my guy Maitland-Niles. Now, playing centre-half, I get why Wenger would do it. I mean, it's pre-season. I'm pretty sure you could have played on NA, wasn't much better, but you could have played on NA and B-League. But I get it from Maitland-Niles' aspect. You give him, you teach him, because he's being next to Mertesacker and he's part of the three. He has to move forward in coordination. He has to constantly look across his line for his other players. If he goes back to playing fullback or midfield, but fullback immediately if he was to get into the side, he then improves defensively, because he will then realize, yes, I need to stay at the halfway line, or my centre back's there, let me come closer, and things of that nature. He'll have to improve his heading immediately, because centre halves will get onto centre halves. That comes with the territory. You get where I'm going with that. Less time on the ball. You have to think more. He sees everything in front of him. It's similar to how you see some centre mids go and play centre half in the youth days, so they can see things ahead of them, so they can improve. I get it. There's so much benefits to him playing centre half and getting away with it. But games like this against Chelsea, play him where he's more comfortable in the midfield, where he could have played. Where I thought him and Xhaka at some instances could have swapped, and you put Xhaka in the free and him in midfield. We'll play him on the flanks, whether that be right wing or right back, and just let him get his confidence and keep going. We could have played Bielik, someone that he has a good chance, if he does stay here and he doesn't go on loan like he's previously spoken about. If he does stay here, he has a good chance of starting on the first game of the season. You can test his immediate level. Yes, you can't draw too many conclusions from pre-season, but you could see him against a fairly physical striker in Batshuayi. And off the top of my head, we're playing Leicester. They've got Vardy, who's fair. They're different, but they're similar in the sense that he's very much a con man. You know, Vardy likes to pull you out of position, and that's very much what Michi kind of done today to our Batshuayi, did to our thingies. So we could have immediately assessed him. I've got to talk again, guys, about being stunned. We've been stunned how many times? We've seen it at Everton when we lost 3-0. We've seen it at the Cities. We've seen it at Liverpool last year. Liverpool even on the first game of the season, but there was the kids playing. We've seen it at West Ham and United. I give you guys this. If you're going to win any leagues or have any chances, how you react after scoring a goal. The famous saying is, you're most vulnerable when you've just scored. That's true, but for our case, we're most vulnerable when we've just conceded, because that's when heads drop. That's when people get lost. That's where I need to see more people take command and more people show responsibility and say, keep your head. Because as you've seen with all teams, but us especially, you can quickly sink and you go into the abyss. At 1-0 down, we could have reacted. The game went fairly different because it now went to 2-0. You go in at 2-0, then you've got some problems. Then you get third, and then you really sink. Then morale's gone out of the game. You're going through the motions and things of that nature. Set pieces are going to improve. From down to the marking, to the heading, to the clearances, down to overplaying in silly positions. We've got to improve from set pieces to have any chance. How many sides have we seen? West Brom, the best example. We dropped silly 3 points last year because of letting ourselves down twice from set pieces. Again, what I've said in my video about what I need to see from us, we need to learn from these things if you're going to have any chance of winning the league or improving upon the shambles that was last year. You guys say I'm negative, some people say I rant. I don't. These are just, I don't even say educated because it assumes I'm better than you guys or anyone watching this, which I don't feel. These are just memorizing certain things, simple research, simple analysis, and you see these things. Positional play between the midfielders today was a shambles. There wasn't really any talking and communication. They were all shambles. Defensively as well, we were a shambles. We were getting caught 2 versus 1, 3 versus 3. All of these sort of things, very inconsistent. How many times will we say it's from counters because we're bringing people down and it's a friendly and we're not getting yellow cards? Because Leslie actually did pretty decent in that department. I think he made a slight, it went under the radar, but he made a difference today. Like, yeah, back to Maitland-Niles as well. He's got to also see that this is an academy football where you cannot afford to just head the ball into thin air or just play under hit passes. What do I always tell you guys about? Concentration. You need to concentrate at this level. It's only pre-season, but you've seen how quickly we pay for it, and it's third. Our football fans, but Arsenal fans more in particular, are very fickle. If that happens in a Premier League match, they're going to say some vile things on social media. Now, I don't care about social media, and who cares about these guys? I always tell you guys, these 12-year-olds running up their mum's bills. But these sort of things can hurt, and I'm trying to warn guys because this is the territory you're going into. So it's all about improving. I've got a big up Bogger again, man, from going on loan to Granada, to Reims, in France where he played with Ousmane Dembele. We know how it is with Chelsea. They're not really giving chances to youngsters. Conte seems like he's changing it a bit. I really hope Boga and Musonda and them sort of players, they get a look in, and if they don't, they'll probably go on. If they do stay and they don't, they'll probably be departed on loan or whatever in January. But I really do hope, because Boga, I know people are going to run ahead with a lot of performances this pre-season. We've heard United fans bigging up Andres Pereira, we're bigging up Crowley and not Crowley, Nelson and Joe Willett. Chelsea fans will obviously big up Boga. Foden at City, people are getting carried away, but Boga did look very good today, very direct, took his man on. He nutmegged Coquelin and Coquelin took him down. Coquelele, that's not what I want to see. Oh, and while we're on Coquelele, you saw a difference today. Not because Coquelin is necessarily better than any of the midfielders. I do think you have to take him at face value. But because we need that someone that's just going to break down play against Chelsea. Whose performance today is going to go under the radar? Kante. Because Kante did all of this. Kante did that. It allowed Cess. You saw Cess today. Oh, Cess, man. You saw Cess play number of over crossfield passes over the top. Why? Because Kante's doing that dirty work. Kante's harassing. In fact, who technically set up one of their goals? Kante latched upon Bramall playing in possession, and he took it off him. So there's that. For me as well, guys, conviction in our play. I always tell you guys, of course, I'm an Arsenal fan. I love when we play football and there's not really a purpose to our play, but we're passing and it's nice. But to win things, you need to be decisive. You need to have conviction, because it doesn't matter how good you've played football. If you play good football and you don't score and the other team score, they take the 3 points, you don't win anything. All of it was in front. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, the pitch was awful, but it just, oh man, like, it's not really an excuse. Yeah, but you saw both sides falling on the floor. Ox falling on the floor, Batshuayi falling on the floor, everyone was falling on the floor. But yeah, like, on one hand, this game is not important. The result isn't important, but there's certain things you have to be concerned about. And I mentioned these against Munich, and I even mentioned some of it when we played in Australia. But yeah, guys, Delu Goon, I'm signing out. Thank you for watching.